Hey everybody, Mark Agnesi here from the All Guitar Network. We're at the world famous Whiskey a Go-Go on the Sunset Strip. I've got the world famous Slash with me. What's up, buddy? Thanks for doing this. We're gonna talk some gear, man.
Yeah.
You just came off a big European tour. Right. So how does, well, now we're in a club setting, how does this rig change from the rig that you just had out in Europe with guns?
I'm basically taking less guitars. I usually have about two of these full with guns. So this is a little bit slimmed down. The amps are the same, minus the heads that I use, the head that I use for the clean amp and the backup. So that's not here. But everything else is the same.
And let's talk guitars. Like, what do we got here? I see a couple of double necks. Are these spares, or is that one spare?
Yeah,
this is set up for different things.
This is spare. This is my main one. You know,
can we pull it out and take a look at it?
1275.
Now, is this an old one, or is this something newer from the custom shop?
You know what? Actually, I can't even remember which one this is. Let me see. Hold on a second. This is a newer one. I think I've had this probably 10 years.
Is there specific tunes in the set that this comes out on?
This only in this band, it only comes out for a song called "The Dissident," but it also is is Heaven's Door.
Head knocking on it. Very cool. And then in terms of Les Pauls, is there a main one that is like the go-to?
Yeah.
Your number one, or is it in different tunings? Or
let's see. Okay, this is the main one that I've been using, which fucking is a badass.
I've been seeing a lot of clips up on the internet.
It's an interesting color. They sent me two tobacco bursts, one that was pretty much just a regular 59 or 58 kind of look, you know. But then there was this finish, and I remember looking at the two of them and go, that's the one that's going to sound good, and the other one, which is, that's exactly what happened. But it's got a Brazilian rosewood neck, and it just sounds amazing. So this has been my go-to guitar for the last few months.
Now, is everything else spares, or are these
no,
these are different tunes?
These are all these are for different songs, really. So this is the custom shop AFD that's been my main one ever since I got it. And it came relic, pretty much
just like
what I've added to it.
Is this an artist-proof one, or what do you got on the back there? I forget it.
Yeah.
Oh, artist-proof number one. Right on.
So I use this for a lot of songs and guns, but I only use it for one song, The Conspirators, which is this cool sort of ballad song called Starlight. All right?
No. And then, of course, we got to talk BC Rich.
Yeah. Wait, I got to show you the gold page.
Oh, no, please. I'm sorry. I got ahead of I got excited.
Let's see. This is top mic here, right? This is an 80, I think it's 86 or 87 gold top 57 reissue from back then.
Back in the early ones.
Sounds really good. I just got this. I've only had it since the beginning of that Euro tour with guns, which was like 3 months ago. But great sounding fucking guitar.
Pickup wise, all these are going to have the Duncans, your Duncan set.
Duncans,
that's kind of just right out of the box. Those immediately go in. And what is it about? It's a specific magnet, right? You use an Alnico, is it 2 magnet or
it's Alnico 2, and it's just it's not like high output. It's not they're not super quiet. It's sort of middle, yeah. And they just sound really, really good. I can put them in anything and know
pretty consistently. Yeah. That's the thing.
I got one of these 58s. Which is modeled after my real 58. They fucking did an amazing job on it. And this is the first one, and it seems to me that the first one that I get from Gibson from them is always the best one.
So this was the one that was what we thought was the first, based on the first, what you thought was it
was the first
like 5 serial numbers away from they were the
no, it was the first two
that were ordered from the batch, special. Yeah, that's special. Very cool.
All right, and then these Rich. This one I've had for a while now, and it's a newer one. I have a bunch of these.
I know you're a fan of these things,
but
why is that? Is it a Joe Perry thing, or is it just a BC Rich thing?
It's a BC back in the day. You know, I used to work at Hollywood Music Studio. Did you know that? And that was the authorized BC
Rich dealer.
So we had, and I didn't have the money to work there, right? Yeah. So, anyway, the first good electric guitar that I ever got, like a real brand name, was the BC Rich Mockingbird. Nice. And so I always wanted to get a bitch, and then I saw like guys like Craig Chiquiso, Joe, and all those guys. Just always, it was the coveted bitch guitar. So as soon as I could get any, I got a whole bunch. But this one sounds amazing, and it's sort of It's a, what do you call it, like a black.
Like a trans black kind of thing.
Kind of.
Do you ever use the 10-string thing, or is it just kind of?
You know what? It was a design that I mean, if you use it for something specifically, not having it on the other 2 strings makes it sort of, you know, you can't just use it all the time. You have to have a very specific application.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I just take them off.
And everything is going to be what? Ernie ball?
Yeah,
11,
Ernie ball, custom 11 to 48.
11 to 48. That's your own gauge that they do for you. All right, let's move on because I know you're a busy man here today. Let's talk about this big brain in the middle here.
Okay.
How complicated is the rig? Because when people look at this and they go, "Holy, this looks complicated."
Just the wireless.
These are all just so. This you got for what 7 guitars. We got a wireless pack for each one.
All right. What I mean, it starts to look like here's for the Crybaby, and so I don't have a cable, right?
So this is a wireless.
Yeah, these are wireless Crybaby receivers.
That's right. How many? I mean, you normally would have a couple.
Yeah,
throughout the stage.
I have 3.
Three set up.
Like this size stage, I have 2. If we were doing a festival, I have 1 up here. I'd have 2 in a festival.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you have, other than the wah pedal, Adam does everything.
Yeah.
Switching lines back here. You don't touch anything else on stage other than
you
a
should
wah.
see when I do.
Oh,
Because when we rehearse, like lately I've been rehearsing and I've been doing it myself. And, you know, I move around a lot and like if I'm
get
trying
back
to
in
hit
time.
this, I'm gonna try and hit the both of them. Yeah. So this is a preamp and this is yeah. So I use this boost. I don't use it.
Is this a kind of an always-on thing, or this is something that he'll pop on for solos and stuff like that?
Chorus, digital A for like Rocket Queen, something else. I haven't used this one in this setup because it's just there. I use it. Let's see what do I use it for? I used to use it for the talk box.
Oh, okay. Which the talk box is not part of the rig.
Well, on this leg, I'll pull it out when I feel like it. I have to. This is something that we use because with the wireless and the in-ears, it needs to be tweaked to get the guitar to sound.
Yeah. So that's set for what it's set for, and it's on at all times. So I mean, don't get scared. Don't get scared by all this. It looks that most of this is switching, and this is all back end stuff. There's not a lot of effects or.
Do we even use this?
And then so all the switching gets done by.
This is all totally out of my territory. Yeah, I don't even. He's walked me through it a couple times, but I can't hold it. And it just basically controls that.
I see Silver Jubilees like the whole day. What else?
Yeah, this is okay. This is basically a Jubilee right here, and then
the Black Jubilee.
Yeah, and then this is another one, just a backup, and then there's one of my slash heads, which is.
So these are all pretty much running dirty. Then you said you have no clean.
No, right now I'm just using the volume,
just to clean it up and turn it on. What's it like coming off? You're just playing like big old stadium shows to come back and do the whiskey, which I mean, yeah, you've been playing the whiskey for 30 some. Do you remember the first? Do you remember the first time you played here? Was it Guns or was it a band before?
Wore a top hat out.
Yeah,
was the whiskey.
Really?
I remember that very specifically. It was our first gig at the whiskey because it'd been closed for a while. When Guns first started out, the whiskey was closed, and so when our first whiskey gig. Melrose closed, and I ended up with the top hat. I won't tell you how I got it. And so that was the first show here, the first top hat.
Do you remember your rig from what the first show, or is that just too many guitars ago?
No, I mean it was probably most likely it was not Derek, but the other
Les Paul.
Les Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it was one of those, and I had a Marshall half staff.
So it hasn't really strayed.
It hasn't changed. Listen, you know what? When it's dialed in right, there's no other sound I would ever want.
The only other question I really want to ask you before we wrap this up, because I know you got a lot to do. You got hundreds of guitars, I'm sure. Dude, is it just like what comes out and what stays home? Does it depend on the tour? Does it depend on the gig or where you're going?
It depends on what I'm into at the
or
time.
you just kind of whatever is
it's something really just. I mean, I always on the road. I always use new stuff. I don't take old stuff out on the road. Yeah. I'm too hard on it. So I'll just use whatever I've been using as a new guitar unless something new comes along. tobacco burst that just showed.
That just
where I was like,
stands
this
out.
is cool, and so really just depends on what I need out there. In the studio, this last record that we just did, I brought all the vocals in. So I had 59, 58, and 56 gold top, you know, all that stuff. It sounds really, really good. Because sometimes you're like, you can take a new custom shop and make it sound as good as the old one, but some of the old
When you
ones
listen to
really
them side
have
by
a
side.
thing,
Yeah, there is that. Dude, you're a busy guy. The new record comes out next week. I want to thank you for taking the time to sit and talk with us, man. And congratulations on all the success.
Thanks, man.
And
Cheers.
it's always fun. Cheers.
You too. Cool.